Let me tell you the biggest lie we've been fed. If it's meant to be, it'll happen easily. Wrong. Dreams don't arrive wrapped in shiny boxes, dropped at your doorstep like Amazon Prime. They come wrapped in struggle, in rejection, in nights where you're questioning everything, in mornings when you want to give up but get up anyway. You're not broken because it's hard. You're not behind because it's taking time. You're in the middle of becoming, and becoming is messy. So, if you're out there, feeling like you're drowning in self-doubt, wondering if you've missed your chance, let me tell you something raw and real. You're still in the fight. You're still becoming. There comes a point in every journey where progress slows, where your efforts feel invisible, where the world seems silent. That's the valley. And the valley is where most people quit. They don't quit because they don't want it. They quit because they can't see how close they are. That's the hardest part. Not the mountain, but the silence between the steps. So, what do you do when your dreams feel too far away? You stop chasing the finish line and you start owning the next step. You stop obsessing over the big picture and get radically present with the moment in front of you. You train your focus on what you can control today. If your dream is a novel, write the damn page. If your dream is fitness, show up to the gym. If your dream is a business, make the call, post the product, build the site. Your job isn't to be there, your job is to move every day. Because here's the truth. Dreams don't die because they're impossible. They die because we stop moving toward them. The reason you feel so far from your dream isn't because it's out of reach. It's because you've attached your worth to the outcome. You said, when I get there, then I'll be enough. When I finally succeed, then I'll be proud. When I make it, then I'll be happy. But let me ask you this. What if the journey itself is the reward? What if the growth you're experiencing, every time you choose to keep going, is exactly what was meant to happen? You don't need to arrive to have value. You don't need a trophy to prove you're winning. You're becoming someone stronger every day you don't quit. So, redefine success as this: showing up even when it hurts, moving forward even when it's slow, choosing to believe when everything says you shouldn't. One more rep, one more day, one more email, one more door knocked, one more rejection faced without breaking. That's the secret right there. You don't need to leap 1,000 steps. You need to take one more. Consistency will do what intensity can't. Motivation fades, passion gets tired. But discipline, the kind built from doing hard things daily, that is what moves dreams. Every great story has a moment where the hero nearly quits, where it seems hopeless. That moment is not the end. It's the turning point. And you, right now, you're standing in your turning point. So, what are you gonna do? Fold or fight? Let's talk about that voice. The one whispering that it's too late, that you're not good enough, that you'll never make it. That voice is a liar. It's not the voice of truth. It's the echo of fear. And fear has one job: to keep you where it's safe, small, stuck. But dreams don't live in the safe zone. They live in the uncertain, the uncomfortable, the unknown. That's where the magic is. That's where growth is. So, next time that voice shows up, and it will, don't fight it. Just answer it with action. Doubt says you can't. Prove it wrong by doing. Fear says you're not enough. Respond with effort. Insecurity says it's too late. Get louder with belief. You think you're far away because you haven't made it. But what if I told you? You've already crossed bridges others were too afraid to step on. What if the growth you can't see is exactly what's preparing you for the next step? What if you're not stuck? You're strengthening? Sometimes your dream delays, not because you're failing, but because you're being forged. Forged in fire, forged in waiting, forged in struggle. There's a version of you on the other side of this that is stronger, wiser, and more relentless than you can even imagine right now. But you don't get to meet them if you quit. You don't need motivation. You need a system, a ritual, a non-negotiable habit that says, even on my worst day, I show up. Set your alarm. Write your goal on a sticky note. Build a schedule that protects your dream like it matters, because it does. And stop waiting to feel like it. Discipline is built in the doing, not in the waiting. Let's be brutally honest for a second. If you're waking up every day dragging yourself through the motions, forcing yourself to keep going without knowing why, you're going to burn out. Not because you're weak, not because you don't want it badly enough, but because the human heart can't survive on willpower alone. You need a why that makes you cry, a reason that lives deeper than applause, deeper than Instagram likes, deeper than money, validation, or proving someone wrong. Because on the days when nothing's working, you won't be thinking about the trophy. You'll be thinking about your reason. So, let me ask you, what is your why? Is it the look in your mother's eyes when you said, "I'm going to make something of myself"? Is it that little version of you that was told, "You'll never be good enough," and you're here to prove them wrong? Is it your kids who deserve to see what resilience looks like in real life? Is it the life you swore you'd never repeat? The cycle of pain, silence, scarcity, or fear you promised to break? That's your fuel. That's your anchor. You can lose motivation. You can even lose direction. But if you stay anchored to that deeper reason, you'll never lose your way completely. When the journey gets hard, and it will, go back to that. Say it out loud if you have to. Post it on your wall. Tattoo it on your soul. I'm doing this for the little girl who never felt seen. I'm doing this for the man I promised I'd become. I'm doing this so the pain I went through has a purpose. This is how you make your purpose bigger than your pain. Because purpose will get you out of bed when pain wants to chain you down. Purpose will get you to your feet when failure knocks you flat. So, stop just working on your dream. Worship it. Fight for it like your life depends on it. Because in a way, it does. And if you don't have a clear why yet, find one. Sit with yourself. Ask the hard questions. Dig through the silence. Because the second you know why you started, you'll finally know why you can't quit. Now, let's talk about the most important thing of all, the future you haven't seen yet. Because right now, when your dream feels far, it's easy to forget that your actions today are building someone you haven't even met yet, the future version of you. That version, they're standing tall, they made it through the valley, they're living the life you used to cry about, they walk with confidence, clarity, peace, and they didn't get there by magic. They got there because you refused to give up today. You were the warrior in their origin story. But here's the truth. You don't just arrive in your future, you fight for it. You build it in the dark. You build it when nobody claps. You build it in rejection emails and empty bank accounts and lonely nights staring at ceilings wondering, is it all worth it? Yes it is. Because your dream isn't just about you. It's about every person watching you, your siblings, your kids, your friends, who need proof that impossible things can be done. It's about generations you haven't met yet, who will walk in freedom because you broke the chains. It's about lighting a torch in the dark so someone else knows it's not the end for them either. You are not chasing a fantasy, you are becoming a foundation. So, when you feel exhausted, broken, unseen, remember the future. Remember the day your dream finally breaks through and you realize every second of struggle made this moment more meaningful. Imagine it, that first yes after 100 rejections. That quiet moment when you hold the keys to the home you thought you'd never own. That message from a stranger who says, "Because of you, I didn't give up." That's the future you're building, and it's worth every sacrifice. So here's what I need you to do. Get up one more time, believe one more time, act one more time. Because your dream isn't dead. It's just waiting on the version of you who refuses to stop. And you were born to finish this race. Don't you dare bury your dream just because it hasn't bloomed yet. Water it, show up for it, fight for it. And when the world goes silent, when your results don't match your effort, keep going anyway. Because dreams that survive the dark become lights for others. So don't just chase your dream, become the proof it was possible. Your future is waiting. Go get it.